Thank you. As I was contemplating what God would have us to do with our pledge and our giving, it was easy to know that we should do something because we took part in the last two sacrifice of praise and building fellowship, and we saw the way the Lord worked in our lives and protected us from financial ruin or financial hardship because of our sacrifice above and beyond our tithes. And you know, some of those things, sometimes you wonder, hey, God, that's enough, because you know, God makes things last longer sometimes, it seems like. And I know one time, I think Connie wanted a new refrigerator, and the other one just wouldn't wear out, and Wayne doesn't get a new refrigerator until the other one wears out, so we kept the old refrigerator going. And you know, and it was, you know, allowing us, and we had washer and dryers and other opportunities like that that just seemed like they last longer than what their life expectancy should be, and God worked in those ways. But as we were considering what to do here, we thought of all of our excuses or reasons for not stretching it out too much, and some of those were that in a year and a half, Connie and I plan on retiring from our jobs that we're doing now, and so then we'll be more on a fixed income and more uncertainty. And so we thought about that, and we come up with a figure that was equal to what we did for building fellowship. And we said, yeah, we can do that. We see that God is faithful to allow us to do that. But when you think of the words that we saw in the film with faith and obedience, you know, we started praying to God, what is this what you want us to do? What would you have us to do? And it was unique that we both come up with the same figure of what God had in mind for us to do, and it was several $1,000s more than what we had done before. And given the circumstances of our life at this point, it didn't seem to make sense, but it made a lot of sense because we both had the same sense of what God wanted us to do. And if you're married, you know that doesn't happen a lot. You know, you kind of have to, women and men have different ideas on what's important and what's good to spend your money on, you know. And that kind of brings me backward a few months to June. And first this summer, I went to a farm auction, and I seen this tractor that really looked cool, but I didn't need it. And so I decided that, man, that's just a fantastic price, and so I bought it. And then after a month or so of thinking about it, getting it running and everything, I decided that I'm not a parade guy, and it's probably not going to be very practical for me to have it, so I decided to put it on Craigslist. And about the middle of July, I put it on Craigslist and put one of them prices that I don't really want to sell it, but this is the price if you want to buy it, price on it. And, you know, it just sat there. And I thought it probably would, but, you know, I waited. And then I did get a call from one guy that wanted it to drive around the country roads with other old guys and a tractor, but it had to do 10 miles an hour. So I took my little phone GPS speedometer thing that somebody showed me how to do on my phone, and I took it down the road, and I went as fast as I could, and I thought maybe I even had a little downhill, and I only do 8 miles an hour. So I had to take it back, and the guy was at my house, and he liked the tractor, but it wouldn't go fast enough, so that fell through. So anyway, we come up to 2 Sundays ago on a Sunday night when all the leadership of the church was asked to make the pledge, and Connie and I pledged what we felt like God wanted us to do. And then that Tuesday night, we had an elder meeting, and during that meeting, well, early in the day, a guy called me and said he was interested in my tractor and that he wanted to come and see it, and what time would I get off work and stuff. And so I told him a time, and he couldn't make that time, so he said he'd come later on the evening. So I was in the elder meeting. I started getting phone calls, and I don't like to answer phone calls in the elder meeting, but I had a feeling what this might be. So I took the call, and I called my boy and asked him if he could show the tractor. And anyway, make a long story short, the guy came and paid me that price that I didn't want to sell it price. And, it was the neatest thing about it, of that part, of the sale part. The neatest thing is that God's the one that did that. But the neatest thing about the sale part is a restaurant ended up buying the tractor. It's a 39 John Deere B, if you know tractors, and it's a really cool tractor. And it's beautiful. The guy did a really great restoration on it, and it's just a neat tractor. But it's going to be a display at K Macho's 119th and Metcalf. If everybody want to come and see my tractor, just go there. So anyway, at the same time, God provided what I see as a down payment on my offering of opening doors. And it's just really neat how unreal it was, but everything's possible with God. So I would just encourage each of you, as you considering what to do, what to give, that you listen to God and don't just say, okay, I already know what I want to give, unless God's already told you. But you think about, what is God leading me to do, and then follow his lead. Thank you.